Hello and welcome back to the another episode of Daily Quiz for IAS Prelims 2025. It is 14th September today and we are going to discuss these important articles which are on this slide, which are actually taken from the newspaper. You know, every day we discuss this video here. If you are the first time visitor of this channel, then let me introduce this initiative to you guys. Every day we discuss three types of questions in this video. The first set of questions is from the current affairs. We take up the most important articles from the newspapers and derive them, break them down into the simplest language possible, and derive prelims based questions from those articles so that it will give you the idea how the questions may come from the current affairs, how the questions can be formed from the current affairs for your prelims preparation, so that it will connect you well with your prelims preparation. The another set of questions which we discuss here is from the static topic. If you had followed this channel, then you would definitely know that we had recently started discussing the static topics also here, and we had started with the Indian polity. And today we are going to put some light on the preamble to the Constitution of India and derive some prelims based question from that part of the discussion. At the end of this session, we will discuss few previous year questions so that it will give you the proper idea how the questions do actually come in the exam and what can be the methods by which you can solve those questions. So with this, let's look at the topics which we have to discuss today. Before we start our discussion, I would like to request you guys, please have a note of these questions. This is very much important for you. When your exams would be near, it will help you in revising your whole current affairs of the year, and also it will boost your confidence. So please have a note of these questions, save them anywhere, record them anywhere, at least take the screenshot of these questions, and also do subscribe the channel and share it with your friends so that they may also get benefited. And once you subscribe to my channel, it boosts my confidence, it gives me energy to work more hard on it and provide the best information possible. And also please do share it with your friends so that I may get more views, and it will help me. By this, let's look at the topics which we have to discuss today. The first article, it is about the mission Mosam. We had recently discussed about it. It is this mission Mosam has been approved by the Union Cabinet. It is the weather forecasting, it is the weather forecasting mission. It has been implemented by the Ministry of Earth Sciences as the nodal agency. So for this mission, the nodal agency is Ministry of Earth Sciences. This question may come in the exam. They may ask you directly a prelims based question on this mission Mosam. It comes under which ministry? So please know that it is the Ministry of Earth Sciences. What it will do, it will help in early warning. It is an early warning agency, and it will give the early warning about the atmospheric conditions, about the wind directions, about the climatic conditions. We have different ways and methods by which the country, the governments, the companies give us those warnings, but there is one issue with them. They don't look at every look and hook and corner of the country. Those are not based on those are not that accurate in making their predictions on the localization based. So what this mission Mosam will do, it will give us the localized answers to such questions. It will give us localized predictions of a local particular areas. And also about this mission, you should know that the government has allotted 2000 crore rupees for tracking weather based phenomena with respect to the Indian climate. So because of the global warming and climate change, it has been very much hard to predict the weather conditions or atmospheric conditions in the world right now, because of increasing ocean temperatures, uneven rains. It is very much difficult to predict it. So what this mission will do, it will definitely help in establishing more radars. More radars would be established which will understand the directions of the wind, which will understand the climatic condition. And also this mission will utilize this money and get the weather forecasting very much efficiently. It will establish more radars wind profilers will be established. Also one of the major issue in our country is of the cloud bursts, and unfortunately that is very much localized phenomena, and it has not been contained in other initiatives. So this mission Mosam, it will also contain that cloud bursts, and also those missions like those phenomena like lightning, which is not contained in the earlier, if those are contained but not in a proper way. So this is in a nutshell we can say this Mosam mission Mosam, it is the more inclusive, and it contains everything in it with respect to the atmospheric condition, with respect to the weather forecasting. It is said that the people in our country, they said that we already had a mission which is very much similar to it, which is national monsoon mission, which was introduced in 2012, but there are various changes which the earlier mission does not contain. For example, it has focused on various weather phenomena. It has in it it intervenes in the meteorological departments. It gives us active weather interventions. It can go for this cloud seeding, for the rains, for those where the drought is, their cloud seeding can be done, and also it pays attention to the lightning strikes. So in a nutshell, it contains all the inclusive things which the earlier systems do not have. So about this mission Mosam, what you need to know, it is which is the nodal agency for this, it is the Ministry of Earth Sciences. So this is in a nutshell, I guess, enough about this mission. The another topic which was in the news is about India's ambitious infrastructure projects. If we look at the infrastructural projects in our country, we have various ambitious projects, but unfortunately in our country is not able to deliver what we claim of. We had seen various failed projects in Bihar, also a pool which shuttered down, and various other things. So what are the issues with those? What are the issues with such failures in our country, with such failures with respect to the infrastructure? The major issue is of the quality control. The quality, it is not, the companies are not able to ensure quality, and also latest tools and technology has not been used in it. So from the few decades, our country has done very well in this. We are even though there are failure projects in our country, but still we are very much developing in it because of the various initiatives brought by the government of India. For example, we had brought up the PM Gati Shakti, in which the monitoring, which is the monitoring platform set up by the Prime Minister's office. It is directly controlled by the Prime Minister's office. It drives ongoing initiatives. It coordinates different ministries. Also, we also have the UDAN. For example, we have UDAN, regional air connectivity. We have economic zones. We have driving social infrastructure. We have multimodal connectivity, and also digital connectivity. So what does this PM Gati Shakti does? It connects all these ministries together and work in a collaborated manner. And also we have another initiatives with respect to it, like as the author mentions about national logistics policy, and we have smart city mission. So the different initiatives had been brought up by the government of India with respect to the ambitious infrastructure projects, so that these failures which we have in the infrastructure will be reduced to the highest level. So with this we will solve the question in the next slide. Another article which was in the newspaper today is about India's relationship with Australia. With Australia is very much, we are very close friends. We have same, when you have same ambitions, you have same concerns, then it is very much natural that these countries would be very much close. We have this strategic partnership with Australia, but during Cold War we should know that we were at the opposite sides. We were more tilted towards the USSR, and they were always the part of the they were always the part of the USA. After 2000s itself, India Australia, as the India US relations develop, India Australia relations also develop. Indian diaspora is in Australia. That is the prime driver of our relationship. Our students are working there, our people are our students are studying there, our people are working there. So this Indian diaspora, it is the prime driver of our relationship. Also our relationship, both the countries are the fast growing economies right now. We had increased our relationship to the comprehensive strategic partnership. We have strong defense and security relations also. Our focus is on Indo-Pacific. We have very common interests and concerns. And also about Australia, we should know that Australia has a massive coal reservoirs and supplies coal to India. They have uranium reservoirs, and because of that, we had signed a civil nuclear deal in 2014 with Australia. So we have very great relationship with Australia. We have many naval exercises, for example, Malabar naval exercise in which Australia takes part. We have AUS Index naval exercise in which India and Australia. It is a bilateral exercise in which India and Australian Navy takes part. So in a nutshell, we had a very great relationship with Australia. So at the next slide, we will solve some questions with respect to it. And finally, another article was about the National Human Rights Commission. Why it was in the news? Because it did not, Global Alliance of National Human Rights Institution, it did not give accreditation to the National Human Rights Commission. What was the reason for that? Because it does not have given right representation. And also it is believed that it is not fully independent. About National Human Rights Commission, we should know that it is the statutory body. It is the independent autonomous organization. What is the purpose of it? To protect and uphold human rights. About its chairman, who is the chairperson of it? It is either retired Chief Justice of India or retired judges of Supreme Court or High Court. It has 5 full-time members and 7 members which are deemed appointment for in this it is very much important to have the appointments for the minorities, backward classes, women, and all that stuff. They have to maintain this. If it is not able to maintain it, it won't be given the accreditation from the Global Alliance of National Human Rights Institution. So with respect to this, let's solve the question in the next slide. After that, there was another topic in the news. It is about the Sri Vijayapuram. What is the Sri Vijayapuram? It is the new name of the Port Blair, which is the capital city of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. After that, there was another small article. It is about the Zorawal battle tank. It is developed by the Dordo. It is indigenously developed by them, and it is light heavyweight battle tank for which can be moved easily. Lightweight battle tank which can be moved easily. After that, we will move to the static topic, which is a preamble to the Constitution of India. In this, we will start to understand the terms in the preamble of the Constitution, and finally we will solve some questions, some previous year questions. So in nutshell, I hope by discussing this slide you had got the basic idea what was in the newspaper today, what were the important articles, and you got the context of the questions which we are going to discuss in the next slide. Here, the first question is, Mission Mausam is an initiative of which of the following ministries? Is it Ministry of Culture? No. Is it Ministry of External Affairs? No. Is it Ministry of Commerce and Industry? No. Is it Ministry of Earth Sciences? 100% correct. So we got from this question that Mission Mausam, it is initiative of Ministry of Earth Sciences. Now coming to the another question on the same topic here, it is about the National Monsoon Mission in India is an initiative aimed at improving the forecasting and understanding of the monsoon. Which of the following statements regarding the National Monsoon Mission are correct? First statement: the National Monsoon Mission is led by the Indian Meteorological Department, 100% correct, and focuses on enhancing monsoon forecasting capabilities, 100% correct. Second, the mission involves the development of state-of-the-art weather prediction model to better predict the onset, duration, and intensity of the monsoon, 100% correct. Statement 3, the National Monsoon Mission was launched as part of the National Action Plan on Climate Change to address the impacts of climate variability on the monsoon, 100% correct. So this is all about this Mission Mausam, which we discussed, as it was said that it is very much relevant to the National Monsoon Mission, which was introduced in 2012 itself, but it is more elaborative than this mission because it contains all those extreme events which were ignored in this mission. So with this, I hope you had understood the topic. If you need any improvements in it, please do write in the comments what else should we bring in, or what else changes should we bring in our teaching style. Now with this, let's move to the Question here, it talks about the PM Gati Shakti initiative is designed to enhance infrastructure, 100% correct, and connectivity across India, 100% correct. Which of the following statements about the PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan are correct? Here with the first statement, the PM Gati Shakti initiative aims to integrate various infrastructure projects, 100% correct, into a single comprehensive plan, 100% correct, to improve multimodal connectivity, 100% correct. Statement 1 is correct. Statement 2, the initiative focuses solely on road and rail infrastructure and does not include ports or airport development, totally incorrect, because it is a comprehensive, it is a collaborative initiative, so it is totally incorrect. It does not solely focus on road and rail infrastructure, it also focuses on ports and airports as well as the digital connectivity. So statement 2 is incorrect. Coming to the statement 3, the PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan is intended to facilitate real-time project monitoring and provide a platform for central and state agencies to coordinate better, 100% correct. So with respect to this question, the correct statements are statement 1 and statement 3 only. With this, let's move to the another here. It says, which of the following statements regarding the relationship between India and Australia are correct? Statement 1, India and Australia have signed a comprehensive economic partnership agreement, cooperation agreement to enhance trade and investment ties. No, they had not signed such agreement yet. So statement 1 is incorrect. Statement 2, both countries are members of the quadrilateral security dialogue, which focuses on strategic and security cooperations in the Indo-Pacific region, 100% correct. Statement 2 is correct. Statement 3, India and Australia have established a bilateral agreement specifically for coordination in the field of renewable energy, 100% correct. So with respect to this question, the correct statements are statement 2 and statement 3 only. Statement 1 is incorrect because there is no comprehensive trade agreement between India and Australia, which is very much unfortunate. We don't have such agreement. So statement 1 is totally incorrect. But we have ECTA in which it is a kind of free trade agreement in certain goods only, but not comprehensive economic cooperation agreement. So statement 1 is totally incorrect. Now with this, let's move to the another question. Here it is about which of the following statements about the National Human Rights Commission of India are correct. First statement, the NHRC is a statutory body established under the Protection of Human Rights Act 1993, 100% correct. It is the statutory body. Statement 2, the chairperson of the NHRC must be a former Chief Justice of India or a former judge of the Supreme Court, 100% correct. Statement 3, the NHRC has the power to issue binding orders to state governments and public authorities regarding human rights violation. It can take up on the sumo of such issues, but it cannot issue orders to the state government or the public authorities. It can only recommend it. So statement 3 is incorrect. So with respect to this question, the correct statement is statement 1 and 2 only. If we will look at the second, the second option here, it is not, if we will look at more carefully at this option, the chairperson of the NHRC must be a former Chief Justice of India or a former judge of the Supreme Court. No, it is not must. He can be the former judge of the High Court or Chief Judge of the High Court also. So statement 2 is partially correct, partially incorrect. So let's make it more accurate. For this question, the correct statement is option D, which is 1 only. With this, let's move to the question here. The question is about Sri Vijayapuram is the new name of which of the following city? Is it Srinagar? No. Is it Patna? No. Is it Muzaffarabad? No. It is definitely Port Blair, which is the capital city of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Now with this, I hope we had completed today's discussion with respect to the current affairs. Now let's have a look at the topic from the static portion, which is preamble to the Constitution of India. Here we have to discuss the preamble to the Constitution of India. Now let's have a look at what does the preamble to the Constitution of India contain. Here it starts with, "We the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens social justice, social, economic, and political liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individuals and the unity and integrity of the nation." In our Constitution Assembly, this 26th day of the November, which is 26th November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution. So I would recommend you to please remember this preamble, as many great scholars of our country do say which deal with the UPSC. They say sometimes they may directly ask you a question with respect to this. Please write the preamble. So I would request you guys, please do remember the preamble by your heart. It may be asked in any time in the mains exam. So here we have to understand, now we have to understand the wordings of this preamble. We understood the ingredients of the preamble. We understood how little bit history of it. Now let's try to understand what these words are. Here, this sovereign, it means, the word sovereign implies that India is neither a dependency nor a dominion of any other nation. India is sovereign. It has India has the supreme authority in this country. It is sovereign. It does not depend on anybody. It is not it is neither dependent on anybody, nor it is a dominion of any other nation, but an independent state. India is an independent state. There is no authority above it, and it is free to conduct its own affairs, both internal and external. So this sovereignty, it shows the Indian authority, that there is nobody above our country. It is the supreme. Our country is supreme. We are not dependent on anybody, neither we are dominion of anybody. Now here are some some challenges. Some critics say that our part of being we being the part of the United Nations organization, where we have to apply, where we have to apply their recommendations in our country, does it violate the sovereignty of our country? But it does not, according to authors. It is up to us whether to accept that or not. It is totally up to us. We are not bound to accept those things. We can, if we want, we cannot accept that, and nobody will do anything to us. Maybe they will stop trading or anything. They will put sanctions on us, but they cannot take our security away. They cannot take our sovereignty away. Similarly, we being the part of the British Commonwealth was also once challenged, but same reason applies to that also. The another term here is, so India into a constitute India into a sovereign. Then another term is socialist. We had always this socialistic approach, where the welfare of the people was always contained in it, but it was found in the directive principles of the state policies. But by the 42nd Constitution Amendment Act, this socialist word was also included in the preamble. Originally it was not in the preamble, it was further included in it. So we are the socialistic state. Our socialism is very different from the communalism. So we believe in the Indian brand of socialism is a democratic socialism and not a communalistic socialism. Also known as the state socialism, which involves the nationalization of all means of production and distribution and the abolition of private property. Democratic socialism, on the other hand, holds faith in a mixed economy. We hold faith in the mixed economy, where both public and the private sectors coexist side by side. So in the in the communalism, what happens that it involves the nationalization of all means of protection. That is not what is happening in our country. That is not what our country believes. We believe in the mixed economy, that both the public and private sectors should come together and contribute to the economy of the country. So we are the sovereign country. We are socialist. We are secular. This socialist part was also added by the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. Secular part, it was also added by this 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. So with this, let's conclude today's discussion here, and rest we will discuss in the next classes. It is not we are going to complete the whole session in one class, because it will take at least 1 to 2 hours for every topic to discuss them in detail. So we are taking it in a very discreet manner to make you people understand more about it. And if you want me to take the whole topic in overall, then we will start another initiative here. Please do write in the comments if you are watching till now, which I hardly assume. So with this, let's solve the question with respect to the preamble to the Constitution of India. Here the question is, word socialist was introduced in the preamble of the Indian Constitution by what Constitutional Amendment Act? It is directly 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. So with this, I hope we understood the static part too. Now with this, let's move to the last part of our discussion, which is the previous year questions. Let's solve. Here the first question, it says, in 1930 Mahatma Gandhi started civil disobedience movement from Sevagaram, no. Dandi, no. Sabarmati, 100%. It was started from Sabarmati and ended at the Dandi. So for this question, the correct answer is option C. Coming to the another question on this slide, it says the Sarabandi no tax campaign of 1922 was led by. It was led by whom? Was it led by Bhagat Singh? No. Was it led by Chittaranjan Das? No. Was it led by Raja Guru? No. Was it led by Vallabhbhai Patel? 100% correct. It was led by Vallabhbhai Patel from Gujarat. So with respect to this question, the correct option is option D. With this, we complete today's discussion. I hope you would like the video. I hope you would share it with your friends, and I definitely hope you would subscribe the channel, and please do write in the comments what else should we bring for you guys. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.